Alright, see how long this lasts for. Okay. 64 gig. We have 10 minutes per thing. So if this jumps at the end, I will make sure to try to cover certain things that I didn't maybe go over. Alright, so hello everyone, my name is Dustin. I'm going to do a quick tutorial of how to import motion capture information into Motion Builder. And to do this, we're going to be using different file types, and we'll be using two programs in combination to each other. One, it will be Autodesk Motion Builder that you can download for free as a student, and the also will be Maya 2014. Also, Motion Builder is 2014 also. So if you're using an older version, some of these options might have changed, so I highly recommend that you go straight for the 2014 and download that. Alright, so to start off, this is our scene. Is basic Maya controls. When you first load up the program for the first time, it'll ask you what controls you want. Maya, and there's a few other options. I prefer just to use Maya controls because I am more familiar with that. So this is the interface. I'll use Alt to move around, Alt to left click to rotate, and Alt middle mouse, exactly like Maya. All those controls. Alright, so our first step is to import a motion file, and this will be the raw data. So I'm going to pick a particular one to show you the steps necessary to do the basic T-pose and save out what we call the actor's kind of bone connection kind of thing. So I'm going to do number 37. And this window will pop up. It'll ask you that there's different systems of sample rates. We're going to leave it as custom because that's how it was filled in. If you switch it to 24 frames per second, it's going to go really slow. Live action is about 30 frames per second, but we're going to leave it at custom. Alright, import. So now you'll see these dots of information. This is the scrub timeline, so you can go through, you see them moving. Now we want to try to take these figures and apply them to a model, then eventually to one of our own models. So this can be a little bit of a difficult process at first. So what I'm going to do to make it easier, I'm going to go to View. I'm going to do 4 panes. I'm going to get rid of kind of need these up here. Let's see here. So this might be a little crowded for a bit. This part gets really on my nerves. So to move and zoom in on different things, you have to use these controls up here. But in the perspective view, you can use the basic Maya controls. So we want to get to. We're going to focus on this left character right here for the first off, because if we do this one character, the same thing applies to all these others. Alright, so we're going to zoom in best we can, and we'll be using just this 4-pane layout for a bit. It's just to position our first character. So I'm just going to select one of these points. Okay, so it's this character right here. So if I had 2 monitors hooked up for recording, I would have. You can actually take these off and put them wherever you want. So now it's kind of screwed up right there. I think no, that's not good. Stop. Oh, stop. All right. Okay. So first thing we need to do is create an actor. And an actor is almost like a template to put things on top of before you can actually put like a rigged character. So an actor kind of is like a visual kind of thing you can link this information to see what it is actually doing. So to get an actor on the screen, I'm going to deselect by double clicking, so I can select that little dot, and click and hold, and just drop it into the scene. And I'll place it directly in the center of the screens every time. So if you pull multiple actors, it's going to be kind of hard to select each one. So it gets kind of hard to see, like try selecting the pieces, and it just gets kind of chaotic. So for here, I'm just going to turn on model only, so I can just see the whole entire thing, draw marquees around it, press W to move it around. So now these come in handy because it's like, okay, it's over here and forward, and now we can fine tune it, rotate it a little bit, rotate it in the perspective view, just because I've had some other problems rotating it inside the other views. Alright, it's getting there. So now over here is your character. This shows what your character contains. So double click to deselect. You can select them on different pieces, rotate them to have them better fit the mold. We're really roughing it in at this point right now, just to get it in the general proximity. Is now you look up here, it says arm needs to come down. So adjust it over here. Oh, come on. About right there. And then we'll select this one over here. Still recording, okay. There, deselect. Now I'm going to zoom in over here and take a look at some of these legs. Well, I'm going to have to adjust the feet, because these dots right here are for the pelvis. This dots right here are for the kneecap, I'm pretty sure. And I'm probably sure this is for the ankles, these two right there. And some others. So I'm going to get them in the general proximity for now in this tutorial. So I'm going to rotate. Oh, there you go. I can rotate. Actually, I changed the view. So if you select each one of these windows, you can go to display, and we're going to do X-ray mode, so you can see what's happening. And then we're going to select this joint right here. Yeah, that's getting closer. At first, it won't be perfect, and it's just time. Just time it takes to put this together. Come on. Right, how much time do I have left on this? Alright, I'm pushing 7 minutes here, so in a bit we'll cut out for a second, and then I'll re-record. Alright, so we're going to get this basic setup here, and it looks like it's not bad there. Let's take a look here. So this mode, here, if you're doing it on a single monitor, I would literally switch back to single pane and turn on X-ray so you can get better view. It's probably a little bit more complicated because you see all these things. It's like, okay, well, that's knee, there's the foot, that's the ankle joint, the toe joints, so maybe, and try mess around a little bit too, see what happens like this. Oh, that's not bad. I don't know about that. Edit, undo. So sometimes you just have to work with what you got. Alright, so let's see these 4 little things right here. This one, this one, this one, and this one. That is the person's head. So we need to make some changes here. So I'm going to select this geometry, move it back a tad, and then maybe I will rotate his neck, maybe? Looks like it's something better into those 4 dots. Maybe it doesn't. Let's try this. Let's expand this person's torso a little bit, and let's see what happens.